got it.
It's all good, brother. I got it right here.
Oh,
Because that's not the exact scripture I wanted to grab out of it.
oh, okay.
But that was in the same chapter.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
This is Zechariah 5 and 6. It says, and I said, what is it? And he said, this is an ephah. Actually, let me go up to the 5th verse. Then the angel that talked with me went forth and said unto me, lift up thine eyes and see, what is this that goeth forth? And I said, what is it? And he said, this is an ephah that goeth forth.
And you know what that shows right there, what you just read? How a prophet goes back and forth in his mind.
God.
The scriptures say this, and I say this back. Right there, you know where you stand. If your mind's like, oh, a chariot, that might be something else, or that was a miracle. No, it was you try to reason with it.
That's like disbelief, right?
Right.
Lack of faith.
That's what the prophets show. They didn't have that.
Yep.
When they were questioned, it was intriguing to them, and in fact, most of the time they were actually trying to protect the honor of Yahweh.
And that word ephah goes back to a measurement.
Yeah, it does. Measurement of flour, I believe. Right?
God.
Yeah.
So you go back to how you're talking about the balancers.
Yeah.
This is an ephah that goeth forth. He said, moreover, this is their resemblance through all the earth. So just like the brother said, that ephah is representative of a measurement. So the Most High is measuring the righteousness and wickedness of Jake, man.
That's why America's dollar is getting judged right now. A dollar is actually a weight, like a pound. And so the dollar is being measured, and it's being found flawed. What is it now? 7 days straight it's been dropping. You know, their stock market, it was going up and down. Now it's just. In fact, right now, I bet you I look it up, it still be dropping right now.
Oh yeah, I saw a thing on the news about it the other day, yesterday, and it was saying how the Dow totally is crashed, and it's continuing to plummet.
It's still for days now. I've been watching it for days, and what people don't understand, look up the year to date. This is only one day, and it's 0.33%. But if you go year to date, it's actually like 50% they've lost. Yeah. Did you have a script up?
Con, so I'm going to keep going. It says, and behold, there was lift up a talent of lead, which means a weighty piece, which is resembling the lid for that ephah. It says, and this is a woman that sitteth in the midst of the ephah.
Right.
And he said, and that woman supposed to represent Israel, of course, showing you how he's balancing the righteousness of Jake, man.
And you know what? To the spirit, there's a doctor that said when you die, you lose like a certain amount of weight. I think it was 1 ounce, and that's your spirit. He said. And I heard the elders talking about that one time, and that's beautiful because if you think about it, if each person has a weight in their spirit, he's weighing, and he knows who's tarnished and who ain't. Like if you get cheap ass gold, it's all real light and shit. You know,
turns your hand green or whatever.
Yeah.
What's that scripture when they say all men will come up again to the foot of the Lord, and they'll be roughly paraphrasing the script.
Slave before him?
Or that they'll be judged on their works or whatever.
I'll keep grabbing this one up.
Slay them before
which one it was. I ran into it earlier.
It says, and he said, and this is where it shows exactly what that woman is representative of Israel, their wickedness. It says, this is wickedness. And he cast it into the midst of the ephah, and he cast the weight of lead upon the mouth thereof. Then lift I up mine eyes and looked, and behold, there came out 2 women, because you got the northern and the southern kingdom, and the wind was in their wings, for they had wings like the wings of a stork.
And those wings actually go back to the fringes on the garments. What it is to remind you to observe, to do the commandments.
God. It
So,
says,
and the breath, the wind, is it the wind in the wings? In that verse right there, you said the wind in the wings.
He's
Oh,
always
God.
late too.
So that's the spirit came back into them, the zeal for them to do the work.
and they lift up the ephah between the earth and the heaven. Then said I unto the angel that talked with me, whither do these bear the ephah? And he said unto me, to build it an house in the land of Shinar, and it shall be established and set thereupon her own base.
Which is Yahweh Shai, right?
God,
Shlach.
God, no, you're
I
fine,
didn't
brother.
mean to take away the climax.
No. God. Yeah, no, that was it on that.
That's beautiful though, because that's showing what we are. It's just like if you had a job to do, say you had concrete to pour in your house, and every brother brought his effort.
Right.
That's what he's pretty much saying, and that's what the men are doing, the elect, throughout the whole earth. Every man has a weight that he's supposed to carry, and you bring it and you hold it between the earth and heaven. What is that? You're standing here right now between the rich and the poor, the slave and the master.
God.
We're in the middle. We're in like what they say, that purgatory. You're in the purgatory of America. You know what I mean?
Yo.
You're standing in a stuck spot, but you're not supposed to be idle. You got work to do.
This is Luke 14 and 27. And whosoever doeth not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple.
Right? Right there. It's plain and simple. You don't do it, you can't be his disciple. And that's the problem too, is that men go either too far. The word nice means you're too extreme to one side. To be nice, you got to be either too forgiving or too punishing. So people that are in this truth, that's why Al Tahar and men, they look mean sometimes, because mean actually means balance, not sometimes, all the time. But nice is meaning you're persuaded one way or the other. And that's an abomination to the Most High. You got to be mean, meaning balance, perfect.
Can we keep going on?
Yeah, brother, please.
This is verse 28. For which of you, intending to build a tower, sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether he has sufficient to finish it?
And that's what any wise man would do in this so-called kingdom. They're building buildings. In fact, they're going to put like a 93-story building here in Denver. They're trying to pass it. It's not even built yet, but they already got an image. They got the cost. They already got a virtual reality. They probably got a model.
Yeah.
They do in Westminster, Colorado. They're making a new downtown Westminster. You go into the city hall, they got a humongous ass model, like where they got little cars, little stores. They already sat down and count the cost. That's how you gotta do it.
God.
And actually, you're paying for the cost by doing the counting. Because by the time you look